Today I'm just going to do a quick review of some more Starbucks Nespresso pods. It's the house blend ones. And the reason I'm doing it is because there's quite a few products out of stock on the Nespresso website, quite a few pods at the minute with the way things are. So I'm sure a lot of you will be looking at other pods thinking, oh, will that be nice? Will that be as good? And what flavours will be in them. So this one is a Starbucks House Blend Lungo pod, and that's important to note that it is a Lungo pod. That's not an Americano, don't confuse it with Americano or long black. That's where you add water to espresso, or the other way around, espresso to water. This is where you stretch the coffee out from the same pod with more water. So you don't add any water after, it's just a 110ml coffee instead of a 40ml coffee. This particular one is intensity 8. And I did mention, someone asked about this the other day when they were saying, can I make an Americano and how do I do it? And I mentioned to make it taste like Starbucks, because that's what they like, Americano from Starbucks. And I mentioned this blend and said, oh, maybe a house blend would be a good place to start. But we can't really make an Americano with it because it's a Lungo pod and it's not espresso. So maybe you could add water and it might taste okay, but it wouldn't be a true Americano. So I thought I should mention that. They're made by Nespresso, so they come from the same company that makes Nespresso. They've got the license to sell these, so the pod's going to be good quality, and the coffee will likely be good quality because that's Starbucks Nespresso. Good match, isn't it? So as we say, Lungo pod, 110ml. It's an intensity 8, so that's sort of the top of the medium range there. Each coffee requires a slightly different roast to reach its peak of aroma, acidity, body, and flavour. And this house blend is rich with toffee notes, and it says it's from the original coffee that they started serving to people back in 1971. A true reflection of us, a delicious cup of coffee. So I just thought it'd be good to just open one up, make one, show you it through the recipe glass, show you how it looks. And I know that we have a lot of subscribers on this channel now and that you may have tried all these pods, but there's obviously newcomers to Nespresso coming along all the time. And people who search just for this pod for the first time and they want to know about it. So I thought I'd just review it. So the button we're going to be using is the Big Cup Lungo button here. As soon as it's warmed up, I'll press that. You can see the crema that comes through. Shouldn't be too much longer now. You get 10 in a pack, by the way. And I got these for £2.50 today on offer. So that's 25 pence each one, isn't it? See a nice rich crema forming already. I have had the Starbucks, another one of the Starbucks ones I reviewed on the channel in the past, and I did quite like it. I found the quality of the pod to be good. In fact, while that's brewing, I'll just show you on top. Look, the pod's are good quality. It's got Starbucks branding on top, and it's a nice firm lid, a nice firm pod. Not quite as firm as the well, it could be. It must be similar to the Nespresso ones, but it's a good quality one. I've never had any problems with them. That green, by the way, it doesn't mean it's decaf. I'm sure that's just to show that it's a Starbucks pod when you've got it in your display case and you want to quickly get to it. And that's the 110ml Lungo coffee from Nespresso. No, it's not Nespresso, Starbucks, although it is Nespresso because they make them. But I'll give it a little taste now, just see how it tastes. It's very hot, that's good, because Lungos get a bit hotter because they're extracting for longer. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. Typically, Lungos tend to be a little bit more bitter in flavour than Espresso, because they extract for longer and the bitter notes come out later in the extraction process. And that's why Ristretto, they're sweeter, generally, but these tend to be more bitter. But it's not overly bitter, I quite like it, and it does taste good. And so I hope you found that little review useful. If you want to know about more pods or compatible pods or anything like that, check out our list of playlist at the end where I link to a few compatible pods that I've reviewed, including the lower ones and some independent companies as well. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Bye for now.